In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 10 different Roblox Limiteds that you should definitely consider buying. Now keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion, and I'm not trying to do any sharking or anything like that, but if you just have Robux lying around and you would like to make an investment into something, I would definitely recommend some of these items right here. Now, a couple of things that you need to remember is that you need premium to be able to resell limited items, and you also cannot use the 40% method on these resold items. Alright, so the first accessory that we're going to start off this video with, and this limited is really nice, it came out last year, is the Sleigh 14er. It's honestly just been a nice little steady raise, and it's the highest copy in the series for these like skater hat and hair combos, but honestly I think it looks the best, so definitely a good buy in my opinion. The stock isn't crazy or anything like that, and it can definitely be worth a good amount in the future. Alright, and then next up we have the Tailflipped Hat, and honestly Tailflipped is like a really good one. People hoard this item like crazy, but I mean it makes sense. It has the highest copies in its series with like those kind of like other skater hats, you know, with the kind of like sad type of face. But it looks really good in my opinion. I love the green and the blue. It looks really nice. And originally like the hat placement was off, but then when they fixed that, it looked like it's been raising. So maybe that's one of the reasons why. But I could definitely see the item being higher. I mean, obviously it has a good amount of copies compared to the other ones, but I think it could do well. You know, it sat low for a while, but it's already starting to raise. So I think that's just proof that it's going to be worth more in the future. Alright, thirdly, we have the Petrolume Swordpack. The Petrolume Swordpack came out also last year during the hunt, and it's really cheap. It's like 1.8 thousand Robux, the 2K, and that's pretty crazy because originally this thing costed 4,000 Robux, and not too many of it exist, so I don't know if the hype isn't that crazy for it or whatever, but I think it's good because it's a sword pack and it's got kind of like a classic sword design, and I mean, if it's below the OG price, which was 4,000, I could definitely see it raising at least back up to 4,000, if not higher. And then fourthly, we have the Subspace Tripmine wings. These are actually really similar to the Petrolume Swordpack. They were originally 2,000 Robux, and there's like 7,000 copies that exist. And they're also really nice. They're underneath that 2,000 Robux price that they originally costed. I think they look cool, but it's never really been high ever since they've been out. They haven't really ever resold very high, so I think that at the same time is a good sign because that probably means that they are going to have a raise sometime in the future. I mean, everything's going to raise at some point, and these ones are probably going to get near that either this year or next year or something. So they're definitely a good one to have on your list, and they're not super pricey. All right, next up we have the Santa Sleigh. This item is honestly really good. It's super underrated. You probably didn't even know it existed, but this thing's got low copies. It's cheap. It's usually around 1K. It was actually even cheaper last summer, and that's when I started, you know, kind of having an eye for it. But it seems like a pretty fair Christmas accessory in my opinion. Like, it seems like something during Christmas time, you know, could sell for more or whatever, but I could see it definitely being a future item that people are more interested in because it's kind of just like hidden. So I would recommend getting it. I mean, it's got 667 available copies, and there's only 5.5 thousand existing copies in total, so I would definitely recommend this one. It's pretty cheap, and it might even go lower this summer, so if it does, make sure you grab some. Alright, the sixth item is the Ember Guardia. Guardian Exile has over 500,000 more copies than the Ember Guardia, and it's consistently around 900 Robux. And the Crimson Wrath Guardia is a little more comparable. It's at like 5,000 wrap right now. And I mean, obviously it has 8,000 less copies than Ember, but this is actually pretty crazy because the Ember Guardia is honestly like really cheap. And to compare it to Guardian Exile, which has so many more copies in a very similar price range, I think it's probably going to raise. And the Ember Guardia looks cool. I think it might be one of the best looking Guardias out there. So I would definitely recommend buying it. It's raised a little bit recently, but if you see it below 1K, you should definitely snatch some of these. Alright, next we got the Frosty Fedora. Frosty is just another great item. It can be compared to legit, but honestly, like 8,000 available copies versus 410,000, that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's worth 1,000 more than perfectly legitimate business hat, but I don't know. Like, a black color is going to be more popular, obviously, than a light blue one, but Frosty Fedora, it's a good item. It's a good investment. You could compare it to Adderite Fedora with its 10,000. That one has 10,000 copies, and then Frosty has 12,000. So they have some similar stock, and I could definitely see Frosty Fedora being, you know, higher than 10K, 10 to 20K range in the future. It might be one you want to hold on to more, and it's definitely more of an expensive investment compared to the other ones that I've told you guys about today, but I would recommend buying it. It's a good one if you got the Robux for it. All right, sweet. We got the Requiem right now, and honestly, the Requiem is actually pretty similar to Tailflipped Hat because it's really hoarded. It has more copies that exist, and it seems to be doing even better than Tailflipped, and people just really like how this item looks. It kind of looks like an item from the Immortal Sword series, and I just think it looks good too, but right now it is kind of high. A lot of people are kind of hoarding it right now, so it might lower some. Just keep your eye on it if you don't have it, and if you do have it, I would not recommend selling it. I would definitely recommend holding on to it, and yeah, it could be around like 8,000 in the future. All right, we are on to the 9th item, and that is going to be the blue traffic cone. Blue traffic cone is awesome. Not only does it look cool, but its value is 2,000 more than the normal traffic cone. However, it has 90,000 less available copies, and it also does have high demand. It's been raising, and I have no doubt that it's going to raise more. It's been raising pretty consistent. It's done some jumps recently. It came on for sale during the Black Friday sale in 2024, I believe. And this item just, it looks really nice. I love it. It's such a classic, and it is a classic. They just put it back on sale, but yeah, I would say buy one of these. I can see it raising, especially because of how close in value it is currently, the traffic cone. It's probably going to end up raising quite a lot higher, so you should definitely get one of these. All right, we are on to the final item for this video, the 10th one, which is going to be the gold Clockwork headphones. Believe it or not, I find these very relatable to the 8-bit Royal Crown. The 8-bit Royal Crown was 300 Robux originally though, and the gold Clockwork headphones, you had to buy the $100 USD bundle of Robux. And they both have very cool effects in game. The 8-bit Royal Crown has particles, while the gold Clockwork headphones have a shiny PBR effect that looks really neat. And they're both good looking, and I think the upside to gold Clockwork headphones is it's a recolor from a very popular collection. The Clockwork series, people love those items, and the fact that there's a gold one just is awesome, especially with the PBR design. I think it's going to take a while for it to raise. It's probably going to just gradually sort of raise because there's a ton of copies, and it's hard for an item like that to just shoot up. But this item is a great long-term investment. It's already been raising a good amount. People just buy it a lot because it's good. And if you buy it and it doesn't raise a much, it's going to look cool on your avatar. So I definitely recommend it. All right, and that is going to be it for this video. There's a lot of limiteds right now that are doing good, and I just wanted to kind of choose 10 of them that I thought would be a really good starting point for you to start with, you know. And if you're interested in trading, feel free to trade for some of these or trade some of these away, but I think they're going to be some really good investments. You should definitely consider buying them. If you don't have the Robux for it, try and just start with some smaller items. Maybe look at the smaller ones that I talked about today and consider saving up for them. I will see you guys all in the next video. God bless.